Tokyo Joe, Tokyo Joe, Tokyo Joe, Tokyo Joe.
Hey everybody, it's Tokyo Joe. Everyone, it's Tokyo Joe here. We're talking about retiring to Japan. Please listen to parts 1 and parts 2 to get an idea of what I'm talking about, or you listen to this part 3. Remember, friends, Tokyo Joe has a lot of love for you out there in YouTube land. Please subscribe, tell your friends. I'm looking to get 500 subscribers. It's my dream. I would like to give you the very best information about Tokyo. Because I'm Tokyo Joe, I know Tokyo. Okay? Wherever you're listening to in this world, maybe you're listening to me in Tokyo. If you are, come down to forum, the link's at the bottom. Say hello to me, Tokyo Joe. Okay. So last episode we're talking about parts of Tokyo you want to live in. Some of you want the busy, some of you want the quiet life. There's all sorts of places you can live in Tokyo. You can live in the Shinto-ken, the national capital region. You can have quiet life. You can live in the western Tokyo metropolis and have more of a quiet life. Live in Chiba, somewhere else. Kanagawa. But if you're in Tokyo's eastern metropolis, which is really what people consider to be Tokyo City Central, you still have a lot of choices. 23 special wards. Each one of those wards has its own little mini city. Example, Shinjuku Ward is probably the busiest. It has the world's busiest train station. There's a thread there on the forum about it. Read all about it. But even within Shinjuku, you've got a number of different districts. Okuba, Takadanobaba, and Shinjuku itself, and many others. Even within Shinjuku district, within Shinjuku Ward, you have districts. You have East Shinjuku and you have West Shinjuku, and you have other parts of Shinjuku. It's big enough for everybody, right? Where do you want to live? Well, last week I talked very briefly about Shibuya and Shinjuku. Carrying on, Shinjuku is also home, not just of the government, but also of the building, the City Hall, Tokyo, which is called the Tocho. Tocho. This is a very impressive building. You can see it's right on the forum about it. Just go to the Tokyo Forum and you will see it. And if you ever want to take a look at Tokyo, well, first of all, come during the winter time. You will get a better view. You will be able to see Fuji. Come during summer, you won't see nothing. Too much humidity. Alright? Big mistake tourists come to this city in summertime, even in spring and even in fall. And they end up not getting to see anything. Alright? Big mistake. So, Tocho is a big building, 2 lookout towers, go up one, go up the other, get a good look at the city. Moving further north, this part, well, let's go west. There's part of Tokyo called Nakano. Okay, Nakano, very close to Shinjuku. Now, Nakano's interesting, because you could live in Nakano and not even know you're in a big city. And that actually goes for a lot of parts of Tokyo. And yet, you're only 1 or 2 stations away from the busiest station in the world. So, Nakano is another place you might want to look at. And I'll be talking about each of these places in depth in another podcast. Okay? I will do an in-depth series on each district in Tokyo. Okay? Because I, Tokyo Joe, have a lot of love for you people. And I want you to know about Tokyo. Moving further north, we're going to go to Toshima. Toshima is a very interesting part of Tokyo, because it's got one of the big districts of Tokyo called Ikebukuro. Right. Shinjuku, Shibuya, Roppongi, Ikebukuro would probably be, and Akihabara would probably be the biggest districts in Tokyo. I guess you'd also include Tokyo Urakucho in there, Ginza, which is another big district. But let's talk about Toshima. It's got Ikebukuro. Ikebukuro is really Great for the kids. They love it. Lots of entertainment. Sunshine 60, which is a big skyscraper. There's a thread there in the forum about it. Okay. Lots of interesting places to go to eat. Love hotels. Great places to eat. And Ikebukuro has very interesting features. It has a big chimney, and you can see a forum thread about that, the Toshima and Tatsu. It's a big, futuristic chimney. It sticks out in the middle of nowhere. There's a few of these around Tokyo. This is one right in the middle of Ikebukuro. You walk down the street, you can see this huge, futuristic-looking structure ahead of you. It's a chimney, not a building. Doesn't look like a chimney, though. It looks like something futuristic, like out of the movie Dune or Blade Runner or something like that, as people have said. Now, Ikebukuro is interesting. Second busiest station in the world. It's kind of like a gateway to the north, a gateway to the west of Tokyo. Lots and lots of luxury shopping, right? So there's another place in Tokyo. Ikebukuro is in Toshima. You've also got Ueno. Ueno is further north. And Ueno is pretty close, but not the same as the temple at Sensoji, right? So you can go to a temple if you live near Ueno. This is a very famous temple. A lot of tourists go there, and there is a pagoda, and I will do a series on this for you. Right? There are threads about this. If there's not, I or someone else in the forum will probably write about it. Hey, you can join the forum and you can write about it. I'd like to know what you think of these places. Maybe you've been there already. What you got to understand is this. If you're going to pick a part of Tokyo to live in, you need to understand that what's important is transport. Right? Unless you want to drive a car around everywhere in this city, you want to think about train lines and, to a lesser extent, bus lines. Now, some of the train lines are better than others. Some of them are privately run. Okay? Kind of like privately run train lines. You got the Tokyo subway, which is different from the overland lines. The overland lines are kind of different from the Shinkansen bullet train lines. Okay? Now, if you live at Shinjuku or Ikebukuro, you have more convenience to get to the airport because they've got the special train that goes there. There's two of them, in fact, and I'll talk about both of them. Right? To take you to the main airport, right? Which is in Chiba Prefecture, right? North of Tokyo. Not actually in Tokyo itself, but in the Shutoken, the national capital region, in Chiba Prefecture. Right? One of the things you got to worry about is where are you going to go by train. I'll give you an example. If you live in Higashi Nakano, which is East Tokyo, East Nakano, right? You can walk to Shinjuku. You can bicycle to Shinjuku. You can get on a train that takes you direct to Roppongi. You can get on a train that takes you direct to Shinjuku, right? Some places to live are better than others because you've got a bigger choice of stations and lines. The one station may have just two lines or one line, or it might have a metro, and it might have a line that takes you to the airport, and it might have in addition a line that takes you overland to all the other parts of Tokyo, and the main circle line that goes around like the clock face I was talking about. And in addition, it might have other lines. So you got to think about that. That's the most important thing. And I'll be going over some of the lines and where places you can go. Example, you live in Higashi Nakano, you can get to Roppongi very easily, Shinjuku, because it's got a metro station. It takes you straight to Roppongi. Right? I got a friend who comes visits me, and that's just one example. Alright, peace from Tokyo Joe. Stay tuned to the next episode. Please rate, subscribe, comment, see you on the forum. And remember, friends, I got a little love for you. Because I'm Tokyo Joe, and I know Tokyo. Okay, bye for now.